Ba. This is Nerds 2. It is not Star Wars, featuring Mike. Ba 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 ba.
Hello, folks, it's Mike, and I'm back. Welcome to Nerd Stew. Today, what I'm going to talk to you about is something that's very near and dear to my particular tiny black heart. Monster Hunter for the PlayStation 4. This is a game that my wife and I, Meg, who's also featured on the channel, recently picked up. It happens to be just about one of the most fun games that we're playing right now. Definitely, just like some deviant activities, way better with friends. But the key to this one, Monster Hunter World, seems to be a lot more accessible than the other versions of the game, which got a lot of hardcore folks, a little bit pissed off. Well, I don't care. The funny thing about the hardcore people excluding other folks, why wouldn't you want other people to share in your joy? It's like how parents are supposed to want their kids to be happier, healthier, and have an easier time of life than they did. Why wouldn't you want other gamers to access what you love and enjoy a little bit easier? Basic premise of the game, you're running around, and as the title would suggest, hunting monsters. That's right, giant dinosaurs, giant flaming birds, fish that come out of lava. We are, my wife and I were pretty, I wouldn't say too far into it. If I had to wager, we finished a major part of the story. Not going to put any spoilers up here, but it has been pretty glorious so far. It really caters to a lot of the random loot generation and the just absolute need to collect and build. So as you're hunting these monsters, think of it like every single one is a giant boss battle. You pick up items from them. Surprise, surprise, it's mostly meat, bone, and other materials. You can either flat out kill these big mammoth beasts, or you get to take them back to your lair. Worse for the wear. Meg is a big fan of cutting off their tails. The way you start the game, you select one of the weapons that you're going to be using throughout. There's all kinds. There's guns, there's bows, there's a axe that turns into a sword. There's some sort of galley that you use to push off the ground and jump onto the backs of monsters. And pretty much what the impression of the game is you're supposed to kind of mix and match around. One time you'll pick a giant sword, the other time you'll pick a giant axe or a sword and a shield. Um, Meg and I are stubborn folks. You may know that if you know us personally. I chose a giant hammer, which, again, if you know me, suits my personality. Meg, on the other hand, went a little more off kilter with some stabby swords. Once again, not a huge surprise. So you go through the game, you pick up items, you capture or destroy these poor, innocent creatures. In fact, when they start to get close to death, they limp around. They limp. That lets you know they're ready to go. Pretty much heartbreaking, and if you look at videos, it can be a little hard to watch, especially when you're the one causing this fictional monster the damage. But the plus side, you collect all this crap. At the end of it, you have a little cat companion. Yeah, these little palicos, as they're called. Calico, get it? They accompany you on your missions. They can throw you out stuff like healing baubles. The best part is, A, they're adorable. You get to design your own from the little creator at the beginning, much like you design yourself, but who cares about that? You're under a helmet the whole time. The real ace is getting armor and crafting it for your palico. I'm going to put a little picture of my set up here right now. It's so cute. And that's basically the point of the game. You just want to get your cat better and better equipment, because who doesn't want a cat accompanying them in battle? So there's a basic plot, but it really seems to be more of an introduction to the game as you go through and defeat the large, massive monster, or at least drive them off, or whatever. Then you get into the game proper. This involves hunting higher level monsters, mutations that have happened to them, and really getting to the bottom of a bunch of mysteries. I mentioned the co-op element on this one. I haven't played a lot of it solo. So low you can't hear it. The fun, just like with Destiny, Destiny 2, and a lot of other of these social type games, is the co-op feature. So you can just play co-op with another player. You can invite them into your, it's called a squad, or basically a group. This has been very fun so far. We've got a couple of folks that have joined us, and it is a hoot. Also, if you are playing by yourself, you get in trouble, you send up a flare, then some random can join your party. This can be both a benefit and a detractor a little bit, as sometimes your hunts are limited to how many times you die or faint. If you exceed that number, you fail. So if you get somebody who's not particularly as laser focused as you are, this can become a real detriment to your play. But for the most part, it's been pretty good. There seems to be a pretty active fan base. Again, I mentioned Japan seems to be pretty big in this one, so oftentimes you'll get somebody with some kanji letters or whatever, some Japanese lettering in their name popping into your game, destroying everything, and then buggering off, which is pretty awesome. It's like activating a superhero. I like that old Maximum Carnage game when you got Captain America to swing in. Good times. So yeah, Meg and I are pretty obsessed with that right now. In fact, later tonight we're probably going to play again. We played tonight before she went off to her class, and it's just been a real good ride so far. Definitely worth the money. Now, we don't have couch co-op. We've got a little bit of an advanced setup in our house, so we're able to play each individually on our own systems, which is really nice. If you want to stay out of fights with a fellow gamer, if you're married to her, married to him, whoever, get another TV, get another PlayStation or Xbox. Totally worth your time. Thanks for watching.